Okay, welcome back to Chamber Chat. We're here at Habersham Medical Center, and I'm joined with Dr. Joshua Garrett and CEO Tyler Williams. Thank you guys for being here today on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be here.
And the reason that we're here today is to talk about this upcoming SPLOST. And we know that included on the list of projects is the repayment of the hospital bonds. So can you talk to us a little bit about what that means to this hospital and your staff?
I think that really anything that helps make sure that we secure the future for our county to continue to serve our population with appropriate health care is going to be something that moving forward is going to be a blessing to all of us, a continued blessing.
I agree with Josh with that. We're very thankful that the county pays the bond debt associated with this organization. I also think that it's important to spread some of that debt through a SPLOST tax if possible, because that allows people who come into the community to share some of that burden, because some of those individuals who come here from other counties or other areas are utilizing our service as well.
Yeah. Well, and I want to talk for a minute about why a community hospital is so important. And I mean, it's really crucial to the economy, and it's crucial to our county. So what can you guys kind of add to that about what you've seen here in the last couple of months, and why, it's so important to keep Habersham Medical Center thriving?
I think it's safe to say that the response to COVID would have been a lot different if Habersham Medical Center wasn't here. And I think Josh could attest to that a lot more than I can, being on the front lines in the emergency department. What I can say is that when hospitals leave an area, especially smaller communities, those communities tend to dry up because the hospital is typically one of the largest employers, and it's an economic engine. Josh, you got something to add for the front line?
I think that when people are going to look at where they want to move to in the future, you have a choice between one town that has a hospital and one town that doesn't. I think that you want to move to a town that has a hospital. When I talk to people about why it's so important that we continue to have our hospital here, it's not just for the people of this county. Even I always kind of point out the thought of a lady in labor who may be driving from Rabun County, to get to Habersham's already a half-hour drive, another half hour to go further down the road again in active labor. Our small community hospitals are vital, and there's an economic impact, obviously, on the economy. People have jobs. I think over 500 employees, certainly a large employer in the county, but just the health care, the health status, the well-being of the populace of this county, being able to have appropriate and timely and nearby health care, I just don't think that you can put a value on that anyway.
Well, and not only is a local, is it convenient, and is it an economic engine by providing jobs and employing people, but it also increases productivity, because when you've got a healthy community, they're able to go to work and they're able to take their kids to school. And so being able to have health care right here in the center of our county, I think is incredible, and something we're certainly proud of from the Chamber's perspective, to be able to have you guys here. So, but back to the SPLOST, if the SPLOST were not to pass, what would that mean for this hospital?
Well, I think that the hospital would still continue to operate. I think the most important point here is not necessarily what it would mean to the hospital, but what it would mean to the taxpayer and the landowner, because the county would probably have to raise millage rates to cover the money that were lost by the SPLOST not being renewed.
Yeah, as a property owner of this county myself also, I think this budget has to be met. And either my taxes go up, or we continue with an already existing SPLOST that's in place, continue that SPLOST as it is and apply it to other projects, but essentially allow some of that burden to be offset by people that come to our county for the beautiful area that it is, the tourism that we enjoy here. Allow some of that financial burden to be offset by people that visit our beautiful county.
All right. Well, listen, I thank you guys for being part of this program and for weighing in on all this, and for being the frontline workers and being right there in the face of this virus, and all that you guys have done. And again, I want to remind you guys watching, if you want a complete list of the SPLOST projects, visit habershamcountyga.com. You can find out more information on the